creative friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I've got a fun traveler's notebook spread for you. It is actually based off a sketch from the Simple Scrapper community. Now every 2 months when the new Spark magazine comes out from Simple Scrapper, they have several new sketches and they're almost always 12 by 12 or at least square shaped, so I view them as 12 by 12. But 12 by 12 sketches are so easily adaptable for traveler's notebook spreads. And that's because when you open up a traveler's notebook, you get a square shape, roughly 8.5 by 8.5. So, when I saw this particular sketch, it had a grid section for pictures on the right side, and then some journaling and embellishments on the left side. And instantly I looked at it and I kind of put an imaginary line down the sketch to make it into a traveler's notebook spread. So I have several not old, but a couple year old notebooks that had various kind of themes or stories in each of them, and none of them are complete, I have to say. So I pulled this one out, and it was from about a year ago when I was documenting a bunch of fall favorite type items, and I decided to fill in this page with my favorite foods. Now, that isn't necessarily a fall themed item, but my favorite foods are pretty much the same all year round. Now in this one, I mixed some supplies. I went through my stash. This traveler's notebook is from Journals for Life, which sadly is no longer in business. And a lot of the die cuts that I'm using are also from them. That sort of blue, light blue, grayish card that I just adhered down was actually cut down from a 3x4 card, and that was an Ali Edwards. It's a very old story kit card. Either story kit from, I believe there was an Eat story kit, or she also had a one-time like foodie collection. I mixed both of those up, whatever I had left, and so I'm just, I have sort of a food themed Ali envelope. But anyway, now what you're seeing is I have a collection of bins that have die cuts that are color coordinated. And in this particular one, I needed to find some embellishments to make my clusters a little larger. So I was looking for blue, didn't find anything, and here I'm finding some black and gray hearts. These may also be from Journals for Life. And it works out perfect. I'm just looking to see how many I have, and I'm going to pull those out. So I put some on the right, down by that coffee cup die cut, which I love. Actually, I guess it's more of a tea. It's got a little tea bag, but I'm pretending it's coffee cup. Now, right here, these are some Ali Edwards stickers, and in the sketch, there is a line of kind of a circular embellishment. These particular stickers that I end up using, I think were a little bit more colorful. The smaller white ones with the small icons just got lost on the page, and I didn't like those. So I like this gray, blue, and kind of a black color. Now the sketch, which I'm looking at off camera, unfortunately I can't show that to you here because it is part of the paid membership over at Simple Scrapper. But like I mentioned before, there are new sketches that come out every 2 months with the Spark magazine, and that's an exclusive product to the Simple Scrapper community. So if you're interested in new sketches, that is a great place to go check out. Right here, I am adhering down my photos, which are my favorite foods. These were not taken like all in the same month. What I did is I went through my camera roll, and knowing what my favorite foods were, I had a bunch of pictures of them, although it was spread out over months and maybe even a couple years. But I gathered them together. I believe these are 2x2 photos, maybe just a little bit smaller because I wanted to have a little bit of border. So maybe like 1.75 by 1.75. Printed them out on my home printer. And I'll just tell you what some of these things are. At the top, you'll see a cup of coffee with a chocolate bar. Coffee and chocolate would be my go-to things at all times if I could. Next to it, I have a loaf of homemade bread. The homemade bread was excellent, this particular one. I don't do it as often as I'd like to, but any bread will do. I love carbs, unfortunately. And then going down to the second row, you see that pizza, the circular pizza, and a local pizza place near me makes what they call a date night pizza. And it's kind of a pun because the ingredients are dates, like a white cheese, and balsamic vinegar. Sounds strange for a pizza, but it is my all-time favorite pizza ever. It is amazing. My family will often order like a meat-based pizza, and I get one of these, and I just take most of it home because I'm the only one that wants it, but I cannot go to this restaurant and not get this pizza. Before I continue on with the food, I'll just tell you, so I'm using some washi tape from my stash, which I have a ton of, and so I'm so happy that I was able to use some on this page. Basically, I wanted some color, because this is very, like, kind of a monochromatic looking spread. So I wanted some pops of color, and it also needed something like a border at the bottom, which I did. And then I decided it still was kind of plain up at the top. So I did another pattern of another strip of the patterned washi. And this time I did not go all the way across. I just went halfway because the paper on the right side has that coffee cup print. So I just really needed something on the left. And I like that it offers some balance, but it isn't too matchy-matchy. So I like that. And this was really fun washi tape because it is multicolored and has different kind of patterns every, inch or two. So it's really fun. So now I'm going to just journal on this card that I made. That coffee cup in the bottom of the card and those coffee beans are a stamp set from Journals for Life as well. So now I'm just talking about the food items. I'll go back to the pictures. You see the glass of wine. Love my wine. And at the bottom is a picture of a bushel of apples. Love apples, favorite fruit. I'm from the Northwest, so we have the best apples. And over to the right is fried Brussels sprouts. Now, I know most people wouldn't put that on their favorite foods, but again, we have a local restaurant that makes the most amazing fried Brussels sprouts. So anyway, that is my spread today. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments, and I would love to see you back again in the next video. Take care now.